Michael Foot was one of the giants of the Labour Party, a key figure in the whole development of Labour in the last half of the 20th century. He was Labour leader in the 1980s. He led the Labour Party into that general election in 1983 against Margaret Thatcher, which was described, or the Labour manifesto at the time was described as the longest suicide note in history. It committed Labour to unilateral nuclear disarmament, to nationalising all the banks and the commanding heights of the British economy, even withdrawing from what was then known as the common market. Labour was hammered in that defeat and then spent more than another decade in opposition. Michael Foot was a gentle politician, a gentle human being. There wasn't really an aggressive or nasty bone in his body. He was a passionate man, a passionate orator, and passionately opposed to the Conservatives. But he always did it in a gentlemanly fashion, fierce in debate. But it was in debate that he expressed his anger and his opposition and his principles. But in any personal dealings with him, he was always a true gentleman. There'll be genuine regret and sadness in the Labour Party and in politics generally, that politics has lost one of its great figures, a man of principle and somebody in a way who was a link with the politics of the Labour Party going back to the days of Aneurin and Bevan and other great figures of the Labour Party of those days. And Michael Foot was a man of integrity. Many people disagreed vehemently with his views, and even the Labour Party itself, to get elected in the 1990s, had to abandon many of the things Michael Foot stood for. But Michael Foot will always be remembered as a politician who said what he believed and stood by his principles.